MTD CNC, bringing you the latest engineering news, reviews, events and special offers via video media.
I'm in Peterborough at Baker Perkins, a world leader in process technologies for the food industry. Here, they also manufacture componentry for the machines that they sell, and they do that using Ward Hi-Tech's machine tools. I'm here to meet with Mark Foster, who's going to walk me around the machine shop and show me exactly what they do. So Mark, we're inside the factory here at Baker Perkins. Does this manufacturing machining cell represent a big part of the overall company and business?
Yeah, it certainly does. The factory itself has got 5 bays, and each of those bays are 100 metres long by 25 metres wide. So the manufacturing facility or the machine shop is one of those bays. So it is quite a large area, definitely.
And what we've got here is obviously the main reason we are here. We've got a huge turning centre behind us.
Yeah.
What are you machining on here? What are you doing?
We're machining large rolls for the biscuit industry mainly. But we put a lot of equipment through here, flake mills, basically machined items that are too large to really subcontract.
So would I be right in saying that what you're actually making here are parts for the machinery and the equipment that go together to produce your final product?
That's right, yeah. We're a manufacturer of high volume food machinery, and because it's high volume it tends to be quite large equipment, and therefore we need machines such as this to produce those products.
You wouldn't be able to find subcontractors very easily, I wouldn't have thought, for this type of part. Is that why you do everything in-house?
Mainly, yeah. Subcontracting work of this size is very difficult because they're usually on large production runs or bigger runs than normal. We do a lot of bespoke equipment, and our sector variation is quite considerable. So at some point we might be doing biscuit rolls on this machine, and then we might be doing something for the cereal industry such as flaking rolls.
Okay, and now the Ward Hi-Tech factor, obviously they've supplied these machines. Why did you go for the Watrons?
Okay, so we invested some time ago in a smaller Hawatron, the sort of baby of this machine. We also got other Dali machines as well from Ward Hi-Tech. And their service to us in terms of their maintenance and the servicing of the machines has been second to none. What it's meant for us is the reliability of the machines, but also the familiarisation of those machines for our operators.
Looking at this specific machine, so the Hi-Tech 850, you mentioned to me earlier about driven tools. I know this has got a fairly different turret on it as well. It's got a much bigger turret, but you've got the driven tools. Has that helped your production?
It has, yeah. I mean, this machine was purchased really to back up an older machine and to really replace that machine. It can't do everything that the other machine can do, but it can do a lot more as well. So it's got the driven tooling, which has enabled us to do grooving on this machine, which we wouldn't do normally. It's also got the provision for the long boring bar, which means that we can keep that within the machine and operate that machine more effectively.
Well, I notice when we talk about driven tools and the long boring bar, this has got a double-width turret, which does give you a lot more support with your boring bars when you're doing that type of operation. So you'd have seen a benefit there.
Yeah, definitely. I think the other thing is as well, it's got a turret as well, which means that we can actually do much more efficiency in terms of the programming. Our existing machine was a manually loaded tool turret, so obviously that all adds up to increased efficiency in this area.
But in terms of turning in, is this the heart of the operation here?
In terms of large turning, yeah, this is the heart of the operation. We bought the small Hawatron to double man basically, so we had one man, 2 machines. Purchasing the bigger 850 has enabled us now to have a cell where we've got 3 machines, and because we've got the live tooling, we can leave long runtime components on the larger machine and still operate and set up the other machines as well. So we're getting efficiency savings through using the operators in here. During the day we have 2 operators, they tend to set up the machines, and then on nights we have 1 operator operating the 3 machines when the workload allows us to do that.
Okay, and turning isn't obviously the only thing you do here, so we're going to pop over and have a look at the machining centre.
Yeah, no, that's okay.
So this is the Dali MCH 630.
Yep.
This is a horizontal machining centre. What are you doing here?
Okay, so this machine was really purchased to replace an existing machine that we were struggling to maintain, and also the older machine we weren't able to start looking at the sort of higher speed tooling and the through shaft cooling that this machine allows us to do. What it's meant is it's given us the opportunity to have much more flexibility in terms of what we put on the horizontal machine, and also improved efficiencies in terms of speed.
And I suppose in time, the longer the machine's here, the more of those that you'll find and the more effective the machine will become.
That's right, yeah. I mean, what we can do with this machine at the minute, we can take work that we've been doing on other machines and actually put it onto this machine and make it more efficient, mainly because of the tooling that this machine allows us to use now. Some of the older machines have been here a long time, and they just haven't got the capability that this machine has.
And so you opted for the twin pallet here. Was there any reason you went for a twin pallet rather than a single pallet machine? I don't imagine you to be doing volumes of parts.
No, we're not doing volumes of parts, but as you see when we were looking at the machine earlier, what we can do with the twin pallet, we can have a block on one pallet and something else on the other pallet, a vice or something like that. What that allows us to do is have the flexibility to set the machine up whilst the machine's running, but it also allows us to set up on a different part for the next job coming through.
So we've looked at both the turning and milling. Collectively, is this your arena then, Mark? Is this what you manage, the whole of this machine shop?
Yeah, I manage the whole of the operational side, so through from project management right through to installation and commissioning, which encompasses all of purchasing, machining and all of the assembly bay. So yeah, it's really about increasing productivity in this area and getting productivity in other areas because we can get the parts through quicker.
And with you being in the food industry, it's obviously something different to what we're used to, but how are things in that area?
Well, at the moment we're extremely busy. I mean, we've invested significantly in both of these two machines. We're looking at what we do going forward for the machine shop. So yeah, it's quite buoyant for us at the minute in the food industry. We're exporting a lot, so you know the UK we're not doing as much, but we're certainly exporting a lot more.
And it's good for Peterborough, good for local jobs.
Definitely, yeah. You know the workshop here has had its ups and downs, but the staff here are really highly skilled, and by giving them the tools that they need to do their job, yeah, we'll be successful in the future.
Thanks, Mark.
No problem. Thank you.
For more videos, products and news, go to mtdcnc.com or follow MTD Online on Twitter.